From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Bell running on first down as he'll push forward for about 3. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. He was the leading receiver for the Jets the season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Deebo Samuel with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Push him back.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
637. Hey, Haywood. Express. That's it.
Throwing now is Carr. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
On second down, it's Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on second and 8, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold taking it. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Deebo Samuel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jets will extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 14-0. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jacobs. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, orbit. Hey, mic 52. Mic 52. Watch the back, watch the back.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Yo.
They do go for it. It's Carr. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along, because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Darnold. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Back to the 8-yard line now. Now Bell. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the mind.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Carr. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Bell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
To throw is Darnold. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet first down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 39, Darnold. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Darnold now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now it's Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Keep playing.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Complete to Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Come on here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it.
From the 38, Carr. Flush to his right. And he He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The sack by Jordan Willis.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is taken at the 15.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Check.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
I'm going to hit you all.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the Raiders' 34-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Anderson brings up third down.
54. Mike 54.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First down.
Switch.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Your trip is huge, baby. Your trip.
2 yards on the pickup.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. That catch good for 5. It's third down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
But now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, and that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Mike. Hey, try 7.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The kick by Carlson is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Rush coming, and he he's taken down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
From the gun, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 8 yards out. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is down to 28-10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And out across midfield, down to the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run with Pollard. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr, throw left side, taken in by Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
I'm coming after you. Right along. 53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Carr now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
1st down, Raiders.
Down. 180. Check. 53's mine. Watch twist.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's complete to Williams. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the Raider 1st down.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season.